Final expense is the easiest product that I've ever sold in my lifelong sales career. Your typical fixed income senior either hasn't made any plans for their final expenses, or they could easily use more insurance coverage. The leads in our industry are easy to generate compared to other sales industries and way cheaper than those mortgage protection leads. Final expense whole life insurance is an easily underwritten product, and in most cases, you're going to get the approval while you're still sitting down with your client. In this video, I'm going to share with you the entire process, soup to nuts, so that you'll know exactly how to sell final expense coming right up, so stick around. My name's Douglas Massi, and I want to thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. Some of the things that we'll be going over in this video is how to market final expense, in other words, the leads, and I'm going to address the different types of leads and costs, how we get in front of the people we sell, and no, selling final expense over the phone is usually not feasible because it, in most cases, only works out for the marketers that are recruiting the agents. We're even going to get into the demographics of the people that we sell to, the startup costs, appointment setting versus door knocking the leads, the commission levels, which are completely different with every agency. So we're going to address where to find some of the highest commission levels, what you should be making on average per sale, and the annual income of the typical final expense agent. That's right, guys. Yours truly is going to break down an example of how much money you can earn selling final expense successfully towards the end of the video. But first, if you're new to our channel, we do recommend that you subscribe and then click on that little bell-looking thing that's down there right next to the subscribe button. That way you're notified every time we put out a new final expense sales training video. Also, please give this video a thumbs up so that we know you're actually watching. One more very important thing. If you can stick around all the way to the end of the video, I'm going to show you how to get a copy of the warning page that I leave with every single policy that I deliver. And all the agents on our sales team are using these things too. The idea of this warning page is to deter other agents from coming in behind you and potentially unethically replacing your sale. So again, stick around to the end of the video. I'll show you how to get a copy for yourself. Let's talk about startup costs. If you're serious about selling final expense, you're going to need leads, and you will have to accept the fact that, well, your success will depend on having a fixed cost amount of final expense leads every single week. Agents on our sales team are able to work a minimum of 20 final expense Facebook leads every single week for around $320. And are able to close a national average of 23.29% of their leads. So for around $1,200, you should have plenty of leads to get you through the first month. The typical leads used for final expense sales are Facebook leads, telemarket leads, and the old tried and true direct mail leads. If you're buying leads from outside lead vendors, direct mail leads are probably going to cost around $33 to maybe over $40 each. Facebook leads can run between $18 and as much as $30 each, and telemarket leads can cost anywhere from $10 to $25 each. The important thing to understand about final expense leads is that all leads are not created equally, which is why agents on our sales team use the same leads that I work when I go out to sell, and yes, we do actually sell our Facebook leads and telemarket leads to the general public. So shoot me an email if you're interested in the order form with the pricing. The best way to sell final expense successfully is to first make sure you learn how to sell from someone with a proven background and a system that they're actually personally using. Door knocking leads works great, but if you're talented, you'll absolutely want to set as many appointments as possible while you're door knocking leads before, in between, and after your appointments. Your typical final expense agent has a telephone/office day where they're checking on their existing or pending business while they're dialing through all their leads around what, in all honesty, should be at least 8 to 10 times per day. Yes, every lead, whether they got 30, 40, 50, 80 leads, you got to make a lot of dials to set your appointments. And of course, we do have field days where we're running appointments and door knocking the leads from early in the morning until the sun starts to set. One of the things I love about selling final expense is that most of our activity is happening during the daytime. You see, our target demographic is fixed income seniors between the ages of 50 and 80 years old who are basically living month to month, check to check, relying on Social Security because, well, unfortunately, in most cases, they really didn't do anything to plan out their retirement correctly. Therefore, a lot of these folks really haven't taken care of their final expenses, and that's where you come in. Our job is to remind them that they are going to die. And when that happens, somebody's going to get stuck having to pay for the burial or the cremation and possibly a lot of other stuff too. What we generally do during a final expense presentation is talk about that need for the insurance. And we want to get the prospect to admit that they do have this need, because the last thing they're going to want is for their daughter or spouse or sister or whoever getting stuck having to pay for the final expenses. We simply make a presentation that eliminates objections up front so that the prospect isn't able to give us any excuses while we're closing the sale. We build lots of rapport by sharing a short story about ourselves, about how we got into the business, and most important, how we love helping people just like them. Meanwhile, what we do is we let them know that what we're doing is unique because instead of working for an insurance company, we work as an insurance broker, which forces the insurance companies to work for us and for you, our client. When the presentation is laid out correctly, all we have to do is find an amount of insurance that the client can afford, because when it's all said and done, guys, it usually pretty much always comes down to the price. Let's talk a little bit about the pay structure and the commissions. Now, the average final expense sale is around $50 per month or $600 of annualized premium. Your typical final expense agency is going to pay you an average of 80% first-year commission level. At United Final Expense Services, we start our new agents with 100% commission level for most of the products, and those commissions can easily go up from there. Oh, and don't forget, there is a nice little renewal stream that's attached to pretty much every single sale that you make. Personally, I love the idea of getting paid 10 years from now for a sale that I made last year. Totally awesome. So let's break down the pay for each sale. With that $50 a month sale or $600 of annualized premium, if you sell the client first day coverage with us at that 100% commission level, you're being advanced $450 along with another $150 after they've been a client for their 12th month. The renewal will be around 3 to 5%. Here's a commission schedule for the American Amicable product that agents on our sales team start with. Most of your sales, like 92%, will be people under 79 years old, and about 75 to 80% of your sales will be immediate coverage. So notice how the product pays 100% for clients between 0 and 79 years old with a 5.25% renewal. If your client, the one you sell this $50 premium or $600 annualized premium to, stays alive and on the books for 10 years, you will have been paid a total of $883.50 for over that 10-year period for that one sale. So imagine making 5 to 6 of these sales each week. Even if only 4 sales stay on the books, you're easily making $1,500 to over $1,800 each week, and that's after you subtract the lead cost. That's what it's like to roll with me and be part of our sales team, which puts you in the driver's seat to make $80,000 per year, or even double that if you're one of those talented salespeople that have a really strong work ethic. For a copy of the warning page that I mentioned earlier in the video, just shoot me an email at doug@ufesonline.com. If you'd like to join our final expense sales team or would at least like more information, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else usually falls right into place. So let's get out there and do something good for someone today. Happy hunting.